on, let them say ya. Come on, let them say ya. That in my business, you catching fever. Getting serious like empty river. Ain't no stopping by the river. And as we coming, we sweeping, we cutting, we moving all the way. Yeah. We coming, yeah. We coming. As we coming, we sweeping, we coming. And then when we meet obstacles, we coming. Yeah, you coming, yeah. We coming. We better than a big coming. When the year is been checking you again, cause you go a we coming. We better than a big coming. We coming. We better than.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me say welcome once again, and we finally back, and I guess we are back to stay, and we very sorry. I must admit that we had some glitches at the first attempt of the program. Normally we go like 2 hours on the program, but this time I will be going at like exactly 1 hour because we had the first 1 hour lost due to some technical issues that we had. Our microphone were not working. We tried all of the microphones we have. They didn't work, and so we are not sure that we on. And we hope that all is well and that all is set. Okay, now we show that we have audio, and so let me say welcome again once to all of you that tuned in the first time. We're sorry if you're coming back. Make sure that you can share the video. We here normally for like 2 hours on the show, but this time we're going to be like roughly 1 hour because we lost the first 1 hour, like I said, trying to make some technical adjustments. And thanks to our able technicians, we were able to identify the problems both with our camera and our microphone. Our camera was off, our microphone was off. We had to use our webcam, but now we are back to our built-in cam, our original cam. And so tonight we have very short time, like I said, 1 hour. And so share the video. Let's get together and discuss. And basically, we'll be looking at two issues. First, talking point is the by-elections in Lofa County. As you know, there are several contenders in the by-elections in Lofa County right now as we speak. And up to now, or at least I do not have an update on this by-election. So I don't know for sure who's in the lead, but we can all speculate and speculate in a way that will be based on facts, will be based on true pictures of the political climate in Liberia, and let's see what's happening. Let me see if there is any update on me on my phone here. There is no update as to what is happening in Lofa County, but we can all assume that there will be a winner. And you know, the good thing about every election is that there is a winner. There is not a way that two people will win one elections, no, especially for one position, no. So in other words, we will not have two senators. Yes, basically we'll have the senior senator and the junior senator, or what you call it, two senators in Lofa. But for this particular elections, we already have one. But for this particular elections to elect the second senator, we cannot have two senators winning. So we're going to have one senator. And in that senatorial race, it's a unity party, which is like the biggest opposition party there, okay? Because the unity party is there, the ARCOP is there, and the CDC is there as a ruling party. So if there is anybody to be dethroned, so to speak, metaphorically, then that group is the CDC. That is, they are the ruling party. So if the race is to dethrone the ruling party, then it will be the CDC to be dethroned. Speaking in tongue, let me put it Liberian way. But if there is also a big name besides the CDC in that race, it will be the United Party. Being represented by Mr. Galakpai, I think his name is Galakpai, Galiman Galakpai, or Kotima, Galama Kotima, something like that. One Kotima. Galakpai Kotima. Sorry that I didn't have his name correct, but his name is Galakpai Kotima. So Galakpai Kotima is representing, quote unquote, the biggest opposition party in that race, and followed by ARCOP. And the reason I mentioned ARCOP is that Mariama Fofana is a big name in that county. She's been representing that county for a very long time, and she's a sitting representative. And if she's running in that race, she's also a big name. So in short, and then we have one Judge Joseph Jala also. He's going as independent candidate, but I think he got the backing of the CDC. So when we look at the whole thing, it's like a big race in Lofa County, and nobody can sweep that under the rug. The race in Lofa County actually is a big race. And so the names involved, the CDC, Mariama Fofana, and Galakpai Kotima, those are all people running on big tickets. And so it's not going to be, and they all originally from Lofa County. So it's not going to be like they got any foreigner in a race. And so the Lofians will say, okay, we will not vote for this foreigner, or foreigner in the sense that he's from different county. So we're going to vote for our son. No. So the sons and daughter in that race are all from where? Lofa County. And they all have grounds. And of late in Liberia, or in a political arena in Liberia, people always talk about base. Where is your base? Where is your home? Where do you come from? Where can you associate yourself with? And so all of these people are from Lofa County. And so the race in Lofa County is not just going to be like, a tea party and one person just sliding over. So to speculate or to try to preempt who's going to win this race is very, very, very a tough task. A tough task in the sense that if you put Unity Party on a scale, yes, the man representing Unity Party is a new name in that race. Galakpai Kotima, at least for me, that's the first time I heard the name in a big race like that. Okay. Unlike Brownie Samukai, who was clearly defense minister for several years, and he's been, showing interest in becoming a senator for Lofa County. But Galakpai Kotima, even though he runs on a big political party's platform, but he's a new name. And then you have Mariama Fofana, who has been representative in the county for some time. She also has a base, and she can actually govern as a strong force. She's a contender, so to speak. Okay. Remember, she has a district that she represents, and that district could just be well organized in her favor. And then you have the Judge Jala, who has been trying his best for past three elections, and this may be the fourth one. So who knows? The people will just say, okay, we're tired. The man has been coming here all the time trying to get our support. So it's time for us to show him that we love him too. He's a son of Lofa County. And so this race is not going to be easy. And we understand that our friends from the Unity Party, they took along a whole entourage of other powerful people politically. The Dillons, the Yeke Koluwa, the former vice president who is Senate bearer of the Unity Party, Joe Boakai, and also Boy Charles, Boy Charles, that's the name, Chineton Sewe. So all these people, they have conglomerated on Lofa to make sure that the Unity Party can have a win. And being a former member of the CPP, the United Party could also get some support from members of the CPP, because remember, the CPP is still alive. The CPP is still alive. You know, a lot of people have been hearing people, when you talk, they say, oh no, CPP is dead. And Mr. Cummings continues to say that the CPP, the rest of the parties that remain in the CPP, will hold the CPP together so that the wishes of the Liberian people can be taken forward into 2023 comes the election, so that the dream of the people on which the CPP itself was born will not die along the way. And a lot of people believe that Unity Party was a CPP, or Bedona's All Liberian People's Party, or All Liberian Party was the CPP. And so when they quit, that means the CPP is dead. No. Now, let me just give you an analogy. If you join Real Madrid, you're a good player, you join Real Madrid, and then you play for Real Madrid, and then at a certain point, you felt that you should leave Real Madrid to go to Barcelona. Does that really mean that you're leaving Real Madrid will break the team down, or the team does not exist anymore? No. So our United Party friends are having it all wrong all the time. That, oh, there is no more CPP, simply because they left. And they believe that leaving the CPP meant that the CPP was no more, it has died. No. So, like I was saying, there are supporters or sympathizers of the CPP originally in Lofa County. Okay. So they may just, for the sake of actually making sure that the Unity Party wins, they may vote for the the Unity Party, because, you know, let me tell you, they say blood is thicker than water. Blood is thicker than water. All those people that left the CPP, even when they see something bad happening to the CPP, they will still feel a little bit. They will have some little sympathy. And if something good is happening for the CPP, they might also want to take some glory. And so, blood is thicker than water. The CPP and all of the other parties that left, they are still kind of related, intertwined some way. So in this case, where the United Party is struggling among the rest of the parties in Lofa County, I'm sure that sympathizers of the CPP originally, they may just decide, well, you know, even though the CPP or United Party left the CPP, but being our ex, let me put it that way, they may say, being the United Party being our ex, maybe we can sympathize with them and we can vote for them. And so it may just happen. And so it is not an easy task. The elections going on in Lofa, it's a bloody nose election. Somebody will get real bloody nose. If it is not the CPP, if it is not the Unity Party, it's either going to be the CDC. And the reason I'm mentioning the two is that they are the biggest parties. They are the giant size parties in that particular race. Okay, the ARCOP, the All Liberal Coalition Party, the ARCOP, is strong. It may be strong. Their candidate may be strong, but not because they are big, not because the party is big. Even though it may have a good representation in Lofa, because a bulk of the members of the ARCOP, the Mandingo people live in Lofa. I'm not trying to preach tribal politics, but I mean, logically speaking, if a local election is taking place in Lofa for like this by election, and you have a Kisi man and a Loma man and a Madingo man and a Ogbani man running in the race, you will expect that a lot of Kisi people will vote for the Kisi man, a lot of Madingo people will vote for the Madingo man, a lot of Loma people will go for the Loma man, and so with the Gbanis. And that is natural. That has nothing to do with tribe anyway, because in any case, every creature will always go after its kind, will go along with its kind. That's why you see the birds will not mix with the fish in the water. The ants will not mix with the elephants. Okay, every animal will go with its kind. You don't see we humans going in the bush to live with the animals. No. Okay, we go with our kind. And even if you bring we the humans together, you get white man, you get black man. The black man will always go easily along with the black man, and the white man will go easily along with the white man. So this is how it is. And normally we tend to make big issue and talk about racism or tribalism and all this kind of stuff. But like I was saying, the race in Lofa County is not going to be an easy one. People may have expected it to go easily. No, for a few reasons. One, all of the candidates, I think there are 5 or 6 of them going. They are from Lofa County. They got their tribal people there. They got their clan connections. They got their bases, like we will say in Liberia. They got their bases there. They are all citizens of Lofa. They got supporters. That's the first reason. 2, the 2 big parties that are going, we have almost equal, on not exactly equal, but huge a number of people from their camps to go vote. And then you got the other smaller parties or independent candidates that will be taking the remnants of the voters. So it's going to be tough to call a vote. And another thing we have to consider is, would there be a clear big win, a wide margin win? This is something that nobody can actually put their life on the line for, because I want to believe that the population of Lofa is soft. Yeah, it's a big country, it's populated, but the number of candidates running in this election is considerable. So considering the number of people running and considering the size of the county and the number of people living there, the inhabitants, yes, the votes will be split. You got big parties. You got the CDC, you got Unity Party. Okay? And so the votes will be split. And then you got all these small parties or independent candidates. Like I said, they all from Lofa. They all got bases. They all got people that owe them loyalty. They all got people that they've been working with. And these people can go behind them. So the votes will be split. 1. 2, to have a majority win, a wide margin win, is something that is not guaranteed. It's going to be very slim. And trust me, the margin will be slimmer than we can even contemplate. So we hope our fellows, the ANC, our fellow from the CPP, former members of the CPP, like the Unity Party, will do their best. And like I said, blood is thicker than water. Even though they left the CPP, but if anything good is happening in the CPP, they will still want to, probably rejoice. And if something bad is happening, maybe they may rejoice as well, but not all of them. Sorry. And so this is how it looks in Lofa County with the elections. There will be very slim margin of a win But one thing that is certain is that there will be a winner. Elections do not draw. Elections are not a football match that will draw. So there must be a winner from Lofa. But the winning margin, I want to suspect, would be very slim, would be very small. And I've already given you the reasons why. You got all of the contenders, they're all Lofians. They all have their bases. They will split the vote, even though Lofa is a big county, it's huge in size and population, but you have several people running. If I'm not mistaken, about 5 or 6 that are running. And all of those people will draw some votes. All of those people will draw some votes. And so the two big parties that went in the race, the CDC and the Unity Party, cannot actually boast of any wide margin. That's my prediction. And you can have your prediction, though. You can look at it from different perspectives, and probably you have some reason why you would feel that either the Unity Party will walk away with a wide margin, or CDC will walk away with wide margin, or Mariana Fofana, who is running on the ACOP, will run with, will come up with wide margin, or Jala, Joseph Jala, I think that's his name, will come up with wide margin. But I am predicting that the winning margin, there is some winner. There will be a winner for sure. But the margin will be very, very, very slim. The margin will be very slim. The reasons are simple. They are all from Lofa. They all have their bases in Lofa. They all have clan connections. They all have tribal connections. And so it's going to be very, very, very slim margin to win with. But if you think otherwise, that, okay, Unity Party will walk away with wide margin, or CDC, or Mariama Fofana from the ACOP, or Joseph Jala from the, he's an independent candidate, will run away with wide margin and win, well, you can have a reasons and believe that. But I am believing, based on the facts that I just stated, that the winning margin will be smaller than probably we anticipated from the start. Okay, having said that, our time is going. So let's move on to our next talking point. But just before we leave, I would like to say we hope Lofa County will vote, and will vote correctly, because the result of these elections in Lofa County will have a big margin, a big effect. Will have a big effect on 2023 elections. Why? It's going to be like, this is like a prelude to what anyone could politically expect in 2023 from Lofa County. Okay? And so we move on to our next talking point, which is Mr. Alexander B. Cummings, leader of the Alternative National Congress, is currently in the United States. Just a fortnight ago, he was in Chicago, and they had a big fundraiser. And if you go on Facebook, I don't need to tell you, if you go on Facebook, you're going to see some of the videos from that event. But while Mr. Cummings is in the US, touring, meeting with his supporters, and having town hall meetings and business meetings and parties, and recruiting new members to the ANC, he was able to identify himself with the people of Lofa County. In a statement, he specifically mentioned that it is sad that he's not in Liberia to be in Lofa, but he's there with them in spirit, and he hopes that the people of Lofa County will vote. I'm just paraphrasing some of what he said. They will vote the people of their choice or their choosing, and those people will be the ones to represent them. And so Mr. Cummings play a leadership role, because, imagine the ANC as a party is not featuring any candidate in these by-elections in Lofa. And an member of the CPP is featuring, that is the United Party, is featuring a candidate in the person of Galakpa Kotima. Okay, and so let's consider that the CPP or United Party will stay in the CPP. So it would have been the ANC, the LP, the ALP, and United Party throwing their weight behind Galakpa Kotima in Lofa County, like they did for Brani Samuka. Now, but the United Party broke away from the ANC, from the CPP, and they went and they are single-handedly going as United Party to put their weight behind their candidate. And so, like I said in the first session of the program, in the first talking point, the elections in Lofa will go a long way in determining the outcome or the feature or the shape of what the politics in Lofa County will be like come 2023, or the elections in Liberia as a whole will be like. Because a huge win for Unity Party in Lofa in these by-elections would mean a huge win during for their candidate JMB in 2023 for Lofa. In other words, what I'm saying, if Lofa will vote Unity Party and they will win with wild margin in these elections, come 2023, it is possible that they will win or they will vote overwhelmingly for JMB in the elections. That means, in short, JMB might sweep Lofa County. But let's look at it this way, that the vote is very tight, that the winning margin for the Unity Party, for Galakpa Kotima, is like less than 2% of the votes, the total votes. That means there is still more work for Unity Party to do in Lofa, and like any other parties. Okay, and so let's go for the worst case scenario, that the Unity Party loses in Lofa County. That's the worst case scenario, right? If Lofa County loses in Lofa County, what happens? If Lofa County loses in Lofa County loses in these elections in Lofa County, the Unity Party loses this election in Lofa County, that means that their chances of winning Lofa County for JMB in 2023 is almost non-existent. It's almost totally impossible, so to speak. Because guess what? What will happen? Let's say Unity Party loses and then CDC wins in Lofa. That will give new momentum to the people, the spirit of CDC, to begin to recruit more people and to make their case. I know, listen, if we can beat Unity Party here in Lofa, that means you guys can also vote for us and we can win the whole of Lofa. Okay, so the same thing goes for Mariama Fofana, but it will be a little bit tricky though. If Mariama Fofana wins, yes, she might win or she could win based on her connections, based on her activities in the county, and based on her work in the county. Okay, good. But does that subtract from Unity Party or the CDC? That's a little tricky part that we have to look at. Because first and foremost, the ARCOP may not be in a position to even run as a party. At the end of the day, come 2023, they might merge or join a coalition with some other party. So Mariama Fofana win at this time would not really mean any threat to either the CDC or the CPP, or sorry, not CPP, the Unity Party. Then, Joseph Jala win because he's running as independent candidate, though, even though people say he's been getting support from the CDC. But Joseph Jala win will not also pose any serious threat to the CDC or the United Party in Lofa County because he's going independent. And there is I think there are two other candidates that are going independent. The win for any of those or of either of those will not also mean any big threat to United Party or the CDC. In fact, what will happen eventually is that under the United Party will begin to now build consensus with any independent candidate that wins to be able to get them in their camp. The same thing for the CDC. And also the same thing for the ANC. The ANC could break through there and say, no, listen, the CDC could break through, the ANC could break through there, or the CPP, let's put it this way, could break through there and say, look, sorry, we see the weakness there, that an independent candidate can win both United Party and CDC. So the CPP could break right away, make a breakthrough, and go directly to that candidate and say, no, listen, we see you as a powerhouse, and we want to work with you. So any of the parties could do that. You know what I'm saying? All of the parties could do that. It's not only limited to CDC or CPP or ANC or Unity Party. So any party could take a chance. But let's come back. If the CPP, or again, if the CDC wins, Lofa County, that's a big punch, a bloody nose for the UP. Because the CPP, these acronyms are so close that we make sense all the time. The CDC winning in Lofa will rejuvenate our spirit. A few years ago, from 2020 until 2022, there have been serious blows dealt to the CDC in Montserrat County. In the Polita Way election, in the Thomas Fowler elections, okay, they felt the weight politically, and the state trying to come back from that trauma. And so, if they could win in Lofa, that would be a spirit lifter. It will rejuvenate them. They will become so awake that yes, we are still and we can make it. But or lose and then or win for UP, CDC is done. It's done in Montserrat County, it's done in Lofa. Now the next thing is the rest of the counties will begin to now say, look, we don't see the necessity, we don't see the importance, we don't see the need to even vote anything called CDC. And so CDC will just be done. That's why I said from the start that the outcome of the elections in Lofa County, this particular by-election, is very much crucial. It's a precursor to 2023, especially for that part of Liberia. And so, all of the parties that are participating in the elections, all of the candidates, they are very important. No candidate in that race is less important because, like I said, the votes will be split. So let's say that the winning margin is not that huge and the vote is almost evenly split among all of the parties, even all of the smaller candidates. So they will all be important politically because, who knows? CDC can say, look, though we lost the election in Lofa, but we see that there were few independent candidates that gathered a huge amount of vote that we can capitalize on. The same thing, if the United Party loses, they will say, well, we did lose the election, but we can also work with these candidates that got us so much votes that made us to lose the election, so we can go to them and then we can be in talks with them come 2023. So, I mean, politically speaking and analytically looking at it, the elections in Lofa, all the candidates are very, very much important. Very, very important, because look, they will be the game changer. They will be the game changer for any of the parties. They will be the game changer. They will just make things to happen in 2023. So let's watch out. But my bet is that there will be, of course, one winner, but the race is tight, and the winning margin is very slim. But Mr. Cummings show a leadership by wishing the people of Lofa County well on this occasion, even though he's not in the country, according to him, and he cannot be in Lofa. And so he wished them well. He hoped that they will have a peaceful elections and that they will choose the person of their choice to represent them. He urged them not to make all the mistakes that they've been making, to just vote for anybody. So we hope that the Lofa County people will make that right decision. They will look forward beyond now. Not what they can get for now, not what somebody will offer them now, but they can look beyond now and put their future in the hands of somebody that they know will work in their interest, not somebody who's going to go fill his pocket because he sees Jefferson Koichi from Lofa, Thomas Fowler from Lofa, and Sir Joseph from Lofa. They're all getting rich just like that. And let me just, I mean, this is not part of the talking point, but let me just say this. Lofa County is one country that is blessed. The fact that they've produced two vice presidents. My country, Bon County, has never produced one. I'm not sure if Nima County produced one or two. And even acting president, that is Ino Togolier and Moses Blah, all too late. Ino and Moses, two of them late. They were both vice presidents, and Moses Blah became, I think, some short-term president. Besides that, Lofa County has been lucky to have vice presidents for several years in a row. Harry Monua was vice president to do from 1985 put it to 86 until all the way to 1990. Joseph Newman Boakai was vice president to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf from 2005 all the way to 2017. But this country remains underdeveloped physically, educationally, infrastructure-wise. The road to Lofa County. And let me give a credit to Lofians. Lofa County, next to Bon County, is the biggest breadwinner in the Northwest. Now, Bon County is the largest breadwinner in the middle of the country. And these two counties, they do produce a lot of food for the people of Liberia. But Bon County is blessed, one, because it is centrally located. So you got a highway running from Monrovia all the way to all of the borders. And so Bon County is blessed in that sense. even though we have never produced any vice president or president, but we are blessed. We got the central development came to us by virtue of our position on the map. So Lofa County has produced 2 vice presidents, one of them serving 2 terms, but yet that county remains underdeveloped. The road going to Lofa County from Monrovia, from Banga going is terrible. These vice presidents had never thought about developing their roads. They have never, pressed their case to the governments under which they served to make their case. It's like, I don't understand. Probably the people of Lofa are very happy with the condition that they find themselves in, that you have produced 2 vice presidents, one of them serving for 12 years. And this vice president did not even make a case for your country, the country from which he comes, he hails, to say, no, listen, I'm working in this government. I'm the second man in command. Please, if I cannot get anything, if my people cannot get anything, at least let's have roads going to our country. Our country is one of the food producing countries in Liberia, the bread baskets of Liberia. That's one of them. So at least let's have a road if we cannot get anything. But the 5 presidents from Lofa, Harry Moniba and Joe Boakai, I'm not too sure if they made any effort like that. If they made efforts like that, we did not see the effect. But the people of Lofa as well, they have had representatives and senators in the House. So if you got a vice president for your country and you got 2 senators, you got several representatives, why they and their vice president work together? Why can't they work together to be able to at least pave the roads going to your country? If you don't want any other development, at least the road. Because the reason why the roads are important, 1, you have easy travel. 2, you avoid a lot of accidents. 3, there will be no delay. You can go and come anytime. Your produce, the food that you produce in Lofa will not be spoiling because you cannot bring it to Monrovia where the real market is. You see the reason why the roads are important? But you said that you have 2 vice presidents and several representatives, and you did not tell them to do anything in your interest. But yet, because of travel links, travel connection, you still love your vice presidents. You can even make them president, even if they don't do anything for your country, but at least they should be president, so that you can have the name that president came from Lofa. You've produced vice president 2 times. That's equivalent to 1 president. So if they were development minded, your country wouldn't be what it is today. The road, the simplest thing leading to your country, road. With all the food you produce, the food will remain in Lofa and spoil. Because you don't have road to transport them to the real market in Monrovia, in Banga, in Kakata. Those are the real market. In Zozo, you do not have market because in other words, Vajama and Zozo and Kulahun and all the places, everybody is making farm almost. Everybody. Okay. So who are you going to sell to? You're going to sell to the people in the urban areas. The urban areas is where your market can sell. So your president, your vice president that you have produced, you would have pressed on them. You should have pressed on them and said, "Oh, listen, we want roads." You get senators, you got representatives, press on them, tell them, go to the vice president, make the case, and build our road. But again, Liberians being who they are, and Lofians are not exception, they will always settle for the least. Whether the least is bad for them, they will settle for it. They don't care. They do not care. Liberians do not care. That's what Liberians are. We do not care. We do not care. That's what we are. And trust me, make Joe Boakai president, he will not even pave 1 inch of road to Lofa. But still, the Lofa people will like him. Oh yes, Joe Boakai is president. So yeah, Lofa County produced 2 vice presidents and one of the vice presidents became president. That's what they want. but they will not look at tomorrow. They will not look at what their interest is. They look at the interest of another person becoming president. That's it. That's all they want. That's what Liberians are. But you know, this is who we are, and we cannot change it. But we just want to again say that Mr. Cummings clearly extended his greetings to the people of Lufa County on their election, on their bid to elect their senator, and he regrets that he was not in the country, or he's not in the country to be able to probably attend. I'm sure he would have wanted to be there, even though the ANC or the CPP is not featuring or is not fielding any candidate in the race, and so he extended his greetings to the people of Lufa County and wished them well, and hoped that they will elect a person of their choice to lead them as their senator. And one of the reasons why, or some of the reasons why the CPP or the ANC that really did not feature any candidate in the race is that the CPP says they are still existent. They are still inexistent. And so they featured a candidate in the last elections, and the candidate won, but that candidate was denied, illegally denied his seat. So there was no reason again to feed another candidate. As far as they know, their candidate won, and there was no need to go contesting again. So the Unity Party felt that they could feed a candidate, and that's why they didn't fight in the interest of Brandon Samuka. They didn't take the case to court. Unity Party now. Unity Party didn't do that much for Brandon Samuka. They rather settled for the illegal denial, and then decided again to feature another new candidate. And so the CPP, quote unquote, stroke ANC, decided not to feature any candidate. But just before we leave you, our time is fast spent. Before we leave you, let's once again reiterate that the elections in Lufa County will be very crucial to 2023, and several reasons. You can look at it. You can analyze the reasons for yourself. Where you have several candidates in one county running for the senatorial post, and they're going to divide the votes. My prediction is that the winning margin will not be that high. It will be very low, if not minimum, if not very small. And every candidate in the race will take some votes. And those candidates will all be vitally important. And the rest of the parties will have to capitalize on some of those candidates. We'll have to enter talks with them in order to, have them on their side. So, all in all, the elections will be vital. The candidates are very important. And let's not expect any very wide margin of win. It could go Mariama Fofana's way from the ALCOP. It could go Galama Kotima way from the Unity Party. It could go the way of Joseph Jala or whoever. Nobody knows. But it will be vital, and the outcomes will have a lot of effect on 2023. On that note, let me say goodbye. Thanks for being there, and we hope to come your way next time. And previously, we had very, very tough time getting on because we had technical issues, but those issues were resolved, and we managed to squeeze in at least a few minutes. And we will be back here next Tuesday, hopefully with a guest on the show. And let's keep our fingers crossed that many good things will happen. We look forward to the local elections result. Thanks a lot. Stay tuned with us, and next time we will be coming your way. My name is Linford Goer. This is how to leave you.